The horrific attack in Nice, France, is the third major terror attack on that country in just the past 18 months. It is putting issues like homeland security and the war on terror back in the headlines. Those topics will be the key theme for Monday night at the convention as it gets rolling underway here in Cleveland, Ohio. Joining me now is one of the speakers for Monday at the convention. Montana Congressman Ryan Zinke is a retired Navy SEAL, and he is member of the House Armed Services Committee. Congressman, welcome. Good to have you with us this morning. What are you going to be talking about on Monday night? How does what happened in France change the tenor of that evening?
Well, we face a determined enemy. And really nothing has changed because this administration has done very little to get ahead of the problem. We face a determined enemy basically based on an ideology that's evil. You cannot negotiate with an enemy that puts children in cages and burns them alive and conducts these horrific acts worldwide. This is a global war that will take U.S. leadership standing tall and leading a force to destroy it, with our coalition friends. But right now our allies don't trust us and our enemies clearly don't fear us.
You know, when you listen to the words of Bashar Assad in an interview that he did this week, he said that the United States doesn't have the will to take out ISIS, and that he feels everybody basically knows that in that part of the world. Do you think that this president, is it too late for him to change any posture or to initiate any military moves? So is everybody just going to have to wait for the next president to see any change in this fight?
I don't see any change in this administration. Our rules of engagement are too restrictive. And while we focus on ISIS and Al-Qaeda, Iran continues to move forward on their quest for nuclear weapons. They're continuing preparation to launch yet another series of ICBMs. And so Iran remains a threat, and yet this administration is helping. And I've maintained that, look, we have to make sure Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon rather than giving them billions of dollars to build ICBMs to destroy ourselves and our allies. ISIS, we know where Baghdadi is, but we won't take any action. And I think it's time to act. And I look at, Ms. Clinton's, comment, we need more intelligence and collaboration. Intelligence itself doesn't provide the battlefield dynamics to actually take action. We know where Baghdadi is. We know where ISIS is. But if we're not willing to take action, regardless of how much intelligence you get, it doesn't matter.
Does that change? They're connected, but you have a different kind of way of going about each one. I mean, the aerial attacks and even on-the-ground attacks in the caliphate. Do you declare war on ISIS? What can Congress do about that if they haven't been presented a plan from the administration that they can say yes or no to?
Well, you're exactly right. It is connected. And terrorism is a network. It's not just the person who drives the truck or squeezes the trigger. Terrorism is a network that provides logistics, social media, and you have to combat it as that. And our plan going forward, we need to secure our southern border. We need to vet refugees. And just vetting refugees to make sure they're here for the right reasons and not destroy us is not a bridge too far. The bill, SAFE Act, passed out of the House in a veto-proof majority. And so there are a lot of things that Congress should be doing and is doing, but we're running into a stone wall with an administration that refuses to act and refuses to even say what we face. Islamic radical terrorism is what we face here at home and abroad.
Well, we'll see if the situation prompts the president to step forward with a more cohesive battle plan. I don't think there's a whole lot of optimism that will happen, but we will see. Thank you very much. Good to see you, Congressman.
As always, Martha.
We'll look for you Monday night here in Cleveland. Looking forward to it. So the situation in France that we've been discussing all morning is breaking news. Our own Bill Hemmer is en route to the scene right now. He is headed to Nice, back here in the United States. Many left wondering how the attack will affect the presidential race. How does it affect what you think about who should be commander-in-chief, given the fact that we are at war, clearly, and it's a global war? Steve?